All right, people, what's going on? It is Monday again. It's Monday, the 9th of December, 2024. It is 9 a.m. here in Germany. This is the Insanity Report for today. And today we're going to talk about something that probably most Americans don't know is happening. And I would bet that a lot of Europeans don't know is happening either. But there are elections, or there were elections in Romania, which is part of the EU. And there were elections. There are two rounds of elections. They kind of do it like in France. They have two rounds of elections. And the first round was clearly won by a guy named Călin Georgescu. He's basically the populist candidate, being backed by RFK Jr., no less. And he's running against what my Romanian friends has told me is basically the Romanian Kamala Harris. So we don't want her to win. I don't know what her name is. It's irrelevant. She's a establishment puppet, and we don't want her winning. Now, the trend all over Europe, all over the West actually, has been that populist candidates and populist parties are winning elections because the people of all of these Western countries have had it with the woke shit. They've had it with the globalism. They've had it with leftist ideology, and they're voting in right-wing or otherwise populist parties. And suddenly, on the eve of the second round of elections, where it was pretty clear that Georgescu, the populist, was going to win, suddenly the Supreme Court of Romania decided to overturn the whole election, cancel the upcoming vote, and at some point in the future, they don't know when, they're going to have to redo the whole thing because, and I looked everywhere, I read a lot of articles about this, trying to find out what their justification was, and I couldn't believe it, but the justification is basically Russia, 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 right? Just like, that seems to be like the leftist playbook, right? It seems to be the leftist establishment playbook. When the establishment starts losing power, they call whoever is getting ready to take their power from them. They're Russian puppets, they're paid for by Russia, they're Putin sympathizers, they're Nazis, they're Hitler, they try all the demonization. And so the fact alone, now first of all, I would not trust these establishment people no matter what, right? The guy, the populist, is pretty EU questionable. He's not so sure about the EU and the way things work in the EU. He does not want the war in Ukraine to continue. He understands the reasons why Putin probably invaded, and blames it also on the NATO creeping up to Putin's borders. So he feels also that it was provoked by the West, which is what I feel like, which is what all the evidence points to, which is what all the signs point to, is that the war was basically provoked by the West. And so anybody that thinks that way, anybody that has strategic empathy for Putin's position, they are Putin sympathizers or Putin puppets. And that's what this guy, Călin Georgescu, the populist in Romania, is being made out to be. And what they're trying to say is that Russia interfered in their election. The same bullshit that they tried, that Hillary Clinton tried in America when Trump won the first time in 2016. You know, you would think that these people would try to come up with, you know, at least a different story, like something more believable. Because by now, people, regular people, and even the normiest of normies are so used to hearing Russia, 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 that when they hear it, they go, if they're blaming it on Russia, it's probably bullshit. Not everything can be Vladimir Putin's fault, right? It's probably the case that the people of Romania voted for this dude in massive numbers because he's the guy they want to be the president, right? They want him. And the reason why they want him is they want a populist candidate that is not all about selling their country down the river, that is not all about trans rights above everybody else's rights, that wants to stem the immigration, that is critical of the EU, that critical of globalism, doesn't like George Soros, things like that. That's who the people want. People are tired of the gaslighting. They're tired of the lying. They're tired of politicians living in an alternate reality where nothing gets done for them, right? That's what they're tired of. Corruption. They're tired of the two-tiered policing. They're tired of the political class being able to get away with whatever they want and never being held accountable. They're tired of not seeing accountability for COVID, right? They're tired of it. All over the West, these people are winning. So it's no surprise that in Romania, that's the case as well. Because in the end, all of us citizens are basically want approximately the same things. And it's not what the elites want. It's not what the establishment wants. It's clear the establishment politicians and the establishment media and the establishment elites, the academics, they want a completely different world than what most regular people in Western countries want. So it's not so weird that the citizens of Romania, that their values or their interests align with, for example, mine here in Germany or the German people's interest. What we all want is we want rid of these parasitic establishment pieces of shit that all they do is virtue signal to everywhere else. All they do is fill their own fucking pockets. All they do is try to keep power for themselves at all costs, and they almost never do anything for the people that voted for them. They feel like they are the bosses of the people that voted for them, when actually all of these democratic systems are set up in a way that actually the people are supposed to be the bosses, right? The people are supposed to be the bosses. These government people are servants. They should be treated like servants, right? If they do something right, they may get a tip. They may get a raise. If they do a bunch of wrong shit, they should just get fired. And we have the power to fire them. At least we thought so. In Romania, the people thought they had the power to fire, and they don't, because the Supreme Court is an establishment puppet, corrupt piece of shit, right? And they stood in the way of a free and fair election, and now they're trying to blame it on TikTok and Russia. Now, the TikTok thing I don't really get, right? I've read a couple of articles about this. I thought, well, what is their angle with TikTok? They're actually saying that TikTok influenced the election to the benefit of Georgescu, because there were accounts with 1,700 followers, that's 1700, 1,700 followers that were giving him, I guess, I don't know what they're trying to say it is, but I guess it's illegal for accounts to promote a certain political candidate. I don't know why. I mean, it's illegal for me to promote Georgescu from Germany. Would that be considered election interference? If I thought, well, I want the populist guy to win, and why is it? Why is it exactly? I don't get it. Right? If Russia has an interest in a certain candidate winning, why would it be illegal for them to, advertise for that? Or why? I don't get that. I don't get it. I don't get why. And 1,700 followers. Let's be real. Russia has bought and troll farms, right? That could make an account that looks pretty much like real, that would have hundreds of thousands of followers. You know what I mean? If they wanted to make it look believable, who cares if an account with 1,700 followers says something positive or negative about a certain political candidate? That makes no sense. So just the things that they're grasping at straws to try to justify to the people, and to Europe, because Europe, where's Europe now? If Russia would have done this, right? If Russia would have done this, if they would have voted, and somebody else except Putin got voted in, and they said, well, the Supreme Court of Russia just goes, well, you know what? Because TikTok and American influence, we're just going to overturn the election results, and at some point in the future, guys, we're going to hold it again, okay? So don't worry, someday you'll get to vote again. But right now we're just going to cancel the whole thing because America interfered, which they do, by the way, in every election all over the world. They do. Nobody's crying about that, right? But America interfered in this, and it's it's a candidate we don't like, and so TikTok and America, they're to blame, along with Facebook, and we're just going to cancel the election. If Russia would have done that, the whole Western establishment, all of the elites, all of the people would have been up in arms. Oh my God! How undemocratic, and let's put an arrest warrant out for him, and the dictator, blah, blah. That's what they'd be screaming at the top of their lungs. But because the establishment, the European Union establishment, because they don't like Georgescu, because he's for the people, not for their globalist woke bullshit, climate change, craziness, He's not for that, and they hate it. They hate it. They see they're losing country by country. They're losing to the populists all over the place, and they can't fucking stand it. And they found at least one puppet court in the EU, in one of the EU states, that had the balls to say, yeah, fuck the people, we're going to overturn the election. I'm sure they tried it in Holland. I'm sure they tried it in Italy. I'm sure they tried it in all of these other countries where populism has broken through and the people's will is being done. But those countries had enough integrity to say, no, we're not doing it. But in Romania, they found corrupt judges, I guess, and they made him overturn the election against the will of the people. It is a slap in the face for actual democracy and actual freedom. It's had nothing to do with either one of those, right? And I would say that everybody who watches this video either shares it or makes some sort of post or tweet expressing your outrage about what is being done to the citizens of Romania, because it is absolutely disgusting. And the EU and all the people that scream democracy and freedom and, oh, we are the pillar of democracy, they're all the ones that are lying. They're liars. They fuck the people of Romania willfully. Now, there's also reports that I've heard, I can't confirm any of it, but I heard also that right before this decision was made, that Alex Soros flew in to Romania, and once he was gone, suddenly the court goes, well, Russia, TikTok, oh God, election interference, let's cancel the whole election. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy. These people are megalomaniacs, right? We need to get them out of power as soon as we can. As soon as we can. So let's hope that the Romanian court isn't lying to the people and that they do hold another election very quickly, right? I guess for the Democratic EU Commission and the EU Parliament, I guess they don't really care about this kind of democracy. They're like all for it, right? They're all for it. And if they hold another election, then this is Romanian people's one chance, right? I think it's going to be the last chance, just like with America and Donald Trump. I think that if Donald Trump wouldn't have won, if the people wouldn't have stood up and said enough is enough, I think it would have been a disaster for the future of America. And the same will count for Europe and Romania on its own. If the people, when the elections come, even the people that didn't vote for Georgescu, but understand that what's being done is very undemocratic and against the will of the people. Even his opponent, the Kamala Harris figure, right? Even she said that this was unprecedented and not good. Not good. Even she's the opponent, right? And she even says this is wrong. So I think Romanians are probably pretty level-headed people, and I think even the people that voted for Romanian Kamala Harris will change their tune once the next election comes out, because that's what always happens with these establishment bullshit, these establishment coup attempts that they do. See, they try to demonize the other side that they don't want to win, and all it does is it strengthens the other side, right? It makes them stronger. So the same thing is happening with the AfD here in Germany. The same thing happened with the other right-wing parties in other places. They just become more and more popular because the establishment demonizes them and excludes them from a seat at the table. And so the people get more and more frustrated, more and more angry, and more of them vote for populist, right-wing, fringer parties, right? That's what happens. So Romania's move probably isn't that smart, because now they've pissed off even the regular people that were going to vote for Kamala Harris from Romania, and now they're looking at this go, well, wait a second, we have to vote for this dude, you know, because these people have to understand they cannot mix in to the will of the people. They cannot defy the will of the people. So in order to teach them a lesson, we are going to vote for this Colin Georgescu, and we're going to give him a chance. I think that's what's probably going to happen. And I think that the courts in Romania probably realize that's what's going to happen. Their advisors are telling them that's probably what's going to happen. And they're shitting bricks. That's why they didn't want to establish or announce when they're going to have the next election, when they're going to redo the election, right? They don't want to announce that. And the reason why is they're trying to do damage control now. Now they're like, oh shit, we might have fucked up. You know what I mean? We might have fucked up. Now they're going to get stronger. Now Georgescu's going to get bigger. And how are we going to do that? What kind of misinformation are we going to be able to feed the public to make them believe that this guy's the devil? And that's what's going to come between now and then, right? It's going to make this guy, they're going to put out all kinds of campaigns. The EU, he's going to be like Orban number 2, and they're all Putin lovers, and oh my God, they use TikTok to advertise their campaign, oh my God. Well, that's all shit that's pretty normal, right? That's all shit that's pretty normal. They're making things that aren't illegal sound illegal for the stupid people. But I think that the amount of stupid people out there is greatly reducing. I think that people, even those who are willfully stupid or willfully ignorant, I think those people are even looking at this craziness, like what's going on in Romania, and saying, whoa, enough is enough with this shit. This shit has to change. These establishment people have to go. Leftist ideologues have to go. Woke idiots have to go. They've all got to go. Because you can't have these motherfuckers running the show. Look what it's doing. They've single-handedly basically ruined every country they have power in. They have destroyed everything based on their ideology. They don't think practically. They don't think reasonably. They don't think pragmatically. They don't think with reason. They don't think critically. They think only ideology. Ideology above everything. And whatever is part of the ideology, whether it's cutting off little kids' dicks or basically killing off their own population to the god of climate change. Oh, climate change god. Yeah, whatever, right? The people are seeing through it all over the world. And I said this right from the beginning when we saw the pendulum start to swing more, right? After the European elections, right? European parliamentary elections, I said the establishment sees that it's losing, and now it will fight back twice as hard. It's like a caged animal, a cornered animal. They're going to do legal, illegal. They're going to do whatever they got to do. Every dirty trick they can think of to stay in power. And that's what you're seeing right now play out in Romania, because they see they are losing their grip on power everywhere. All we got to do, people, is keep pushing them down. Keep them down. They're down. They're wounded. Kick them. Kick them while they're down. You know what I mean? Really. That's what I'm saying. To all the people in Romania that can vote, and all the people outside of Romania that live in all these European countries, you have the right to vote. Do it. Use it. I don't know if you can get a mail-in ballot. If you can't, and you have the money and the means and the time to go back to Romania to make your vote count, do it. You know what I mean? When it comes time, do it and vote for this populist. Because that's the sign to the establishment that the people have had enough. And that's what the establishment is seeing. And whatever they say, right? Whatever bullshit in Russia, TikTok, it's all bullshit. It's the same excuse they use in every country. I mean, Donald Trump has been labeled a Russian asset for 10 years, even though it's been proven over and over again he's not. And they still use it. So they are not to be believed. Why should we trust anything they say? Oh, because it's a court? A court? Yeah, whatever. Like, they earned any trust, right? Anything connected to the establishment, is not to be trusted. Let's look at Ursula von der Leyen, right? A corrupt criminal under investigation for corruption is now the head of the European Commission. What? I mean, get the fuck out of here. She's corrupt. You know, she's under investigation. How the fuck? And then they sit on their little round table shit and complain about Donald Trump. Get out of here. These people are completely unbelievable. They're completely illegitimate. Nothing they say should be taken seriously on any front. They're jokes. They are jokes. And this court in Romania is a fucking joke, right? They're a joke. Don't believe anything they say. No, I've looked for plausible, at least realistic sounding reasons or justifications for nullifying this election. I couldn't find one. It's all bullshit about Russia and TikTok and undue influence and blah, blah, blah. BS. BS. They don't like the candidate. They want to thwart the candidate, and they want to get time to try to convince the people not to elect him, right? That's it. They have to play the democracy game a little bit because they're part of the European Union. They can't go full totalitarian, not right yet. But European Union's going to help them try to misinform, their favorite word, misinformation. They're going to try and help them misinform their own public to not vote for this guy. There's going to come some sort of scandal. They need time to invent some shit on this guy. So whatever comes out about Georgescu, I would say, no matter how bad it is, unless you see video evidence of him doing whatever deed they said that he did, I'd basically discount it altogether. I don't believe anything those people say. Nothing. And nothing they can come up with will make me believe anything bad about the Georgescu guy. And even if it is something bad, I still think he should win the election. Because these establishment figures need a kick in the balls, and they need a slap in the face from the people to bring them back down on their knees where they belong, right? They should be measuring their mouths for our dicks. That's where that should go. That's what they should be doing. Not telling us what to do, what cars we can drive, you know what I'm saying? That we have to accept fucking trannies in the bathroom or bullshit. None of that shit. That's not their fucking job. So let's put these people back in their place and don't fall for whatever they come up with negative about Colin Georgescu, because I can almost guarantee you, even before they come out with it, that it's most likely bullshit. They've lied about everything else. There's no reason to take their word for this. So there we go, guys. Non-democratic process in Romania at the moment. Basically, the elites and the establishment looking down their nose at the people and telling them, we know you want Colin Georgescu, but fuck you, we don't want him. We're going to do what we want. Globalism, Europe, more weapons to Ukraine. We don't give a shit if your lives are on the line. We don't give a shit if you guys don't want to pay for it. You're going to pay for it and you're going to shut the fuck up.
On
and you're going to like it.
Traffic jam ahead between Himmelchester Strasse and B326 subject 2 minutes delay.
All right, okay, thank you. All right, again, I can't turn that shit off. It's annoying. So anyway, yeah, they're spitting in the face of Romanian citizens, and we'll see if they're going to get away with it or not. We'll see. I think that if they do have another vote, I think the vote is going to be even more on the side of Georgescu after this fiasco. So guys, if you want to see my stuff regularly, if you want to get it delivered directly to your inbox once it comes out, whether that's the articles I write, the videos I make, you can do that by subscribing to the Substack. The links are below. All you got to do is subscribe. You can do it for free. You can do it for $5 a month. Either one is fine. I appreciate all of it. And that way you'll get all of my content delivered directly to your inbox when it comes out. So go ahead and do that. And if you're watching this somewhere else, right, then go ahead and follow me there. But in the end, go to it'sallaboutlogic.substack.com. That's it'sallaboutlogic.substack.com, and subscribe there, because that way you get all the content. You don't have to look for it. You don't have to wait for it. No notifications. You just get it in your email. It's the best way to go. Best way for me to reach you. Best way for you to hear from me. And also, all of the other sites, Rumble, etc., it's very hard to put links in those descriptions. And so if you want to get the links that sometimes are attached to these videos, you'll have to come to the Substack. That's the best way to go. All right, guys, have a great day. Let's keep an eye on what's going on in Romania. Send your disappointment on X, Twitter, Facebook, whatever, TikTok. I would say everybody needs to be talking about this. All the people that actually believe in freedom and actually believe in real democracy. I guess democracy is the wrong word, but you know what they mean democracy is, right? That believe we are free citizens, that should be governments by the people, for the people. I think everybody should be outraged of what's going on in Romania. And remember, guys, we're all EU countries. If they can get away with this in Romania, they can get away with it in Germany, in Holland, in France, all of these other countries. This is a test balloon by the establishment to see how much they can get away with. And if they can get away with it there, they can probably get away with it here. We can't let that happen. So speak up, speak loudly, speak out. And if you are a Romanian voter, vote for this guy. Even if you want it to be the Kamala Harris figure, vote for this dude anyway. Give the establishment a side. It's not us against us. It's not right against left. It's us, all the people, against the establishment. That's where we are. All right, people. That's all I got. Have a good day. See you tomorrow.